Tonight, we journey back to the year 1817. When the state of Tennessee was still young, its land raw and restless, its settlers carving homesteads from the woods and riverbanks. Among them was a man named John Bell, a farmer, a husband, a father, and soon, an unwilling host to one of the most terrifying hauntings in American history. This is American Gothic, and this is the story of the Bell Witch of Robertson County. The Bells lived in Robertson County near the Red River. They were ordinary people, decent and God-fearing. But one late summer afternoon, while walking the fields, John Bell saw something strange crouched between the rows of corn. It looked, he said, like a great dog with the head of a rabbit. He lifted his musket and fired. The creature vanished. He told no one. In the days that followed, his son Drew saw a giant bird sitting on a fence. It stared at him with human eyes before spreading its wings and disappearing into the forest. And young Betsy Bell, the daughter, swore she saw a girl in a green dress swinging from an oak branch. When she blinked, the figure was gone. The family tried to dismiss it. Superstition, they said, frontier nerves. But the nights grew uneasy. Soft knocking came from the walls, rats perhaps, then whispers in the dark, children crying in their sleep. The sound of gnawing teeth, though no creature could be found. One night, John Bell woke to the sensation of a hand around his throat. He struck out, but met only air. Lucy Bell lit a candle and found her husband trembling, his face pale, his breath ragged. From that moment, the disturbances grew stronger. The entity began to speak, a voice from nowhere, female, mocking, shrill. It called itself Kate. At first, it whispered prayers, repeating scriptures the family had read that morning. Then it cursed, using words no God-fearing person dared utter. And it laughed. It laughed through the walls, through the floors, through their dreams. Neighbors came to witness it. They heard the voice. They saw chairs move. They felt invisible hands tug at their hair. A minister visited, and the voice quoted passages from his own sermon before he spoke them aloud. No one could explain it. The haunting centered on two souls, John Bell and his daughter Betsy. The spirit tormented them endlessly. Betsy's hair was pulled, her skin bruised. She cried that someone had slapped her, though no one stood near. The voice hissed her name over and over in the night. John Bell's health declined. He grew weak, his face slack, his speech halting. The spirit called him Old Jack and promised to kill him. It mocked his prayers. It swore vengeance for wrongs long past, though it never explained which wrongs. The community was divided. Some said the devil himself had come to Tennessee. Others said it was witchcraft, the curse of a neighbor named Kate Batts, an eccentric woman whom the Bells had once quarreled with over a piece of land. Whatever its origin, the force that called itself Kate seemed to know every secret of the countryside. It sang hymns in perfect harmony, though no mouth produced the sound. It foretold events in distant towns that later proved true. Even General Andrew Jackson, soon to be president, came to investigate. He arrived with a wagon of soldiers. When their horses reached the Bell property, they refused to move. The general cried out that a spirit blocked their path. And from the trees came a voice. "All right, General, you may proceed, but tonight you shall meet the witch." That night, one of Jackson's men bragged that he feared no ghost. He drew his pistol, declaring he would shoot the spirit if it dared appear. Moments later, he screamed. Something invisible struck him across the face, tore the gun from his hand, and sent him sprawling. The voice laughed again and told the general to leave by morning. He did. By 1820, John Bell was dying. He could no longer speak or swallow. The family found a small vial of dark liquid in the cupboard. The voice told them it had given him the poison. Lucy Bell tested a drop on the cat. The animal convulsed and died. The voice cried out, "I fixed old Jack. He'll never trouble me again." And John Bell breathed his last. During the funeral, mourners heard laughter rising from the air above the coffin. They heard singing, a coarse, mocking song. The voice shouted, "I've killed the old man." The people fled the graveyard in terror. After that, the haunting quieted. The voice told the family it would return in 7 years. And according to the stories, it did. In 1828, John Bell's son reported hearing faint knockings again, and a whisper saying, "I am here." Then it faded once more. Some say the Bell Witch never truly left. Travelers near Adams, Tennessee, claim to hear her laughter on the wind, to feel a hand upon their shoulder when none is there. The cave near the old Bell farm still bears her name. Visitors speak of whispers in the darkness and of unseen fingers tugging at their clothes. Skeptics call it folklore, a story told by candlelight to frighten children. But the records remain. Sworn statements, journal entries, letters describing what the Bells endured. And if those people lied, they lied together across decades. Perhaps the truth is not that a spirit haunted the Bells, but that fear itself did. That in the wilderness of early America, the unknown still reigned, shaping shadows into voices, guilt into ghosts. Or perhaps the Bell Witch was real. A remnant of something older than Tennessee, older than the frontier, older than humankind itself. In any case, the house is gone. The fields have changed, but the land remembers. And on certain nights, when the wind is low and the Red River runs black beneath the moon, people say you can hear her still. A whisper in the dark, repeating a name. John Bell. John Bell. Remember that some spirits are good and others, well, not so much. What we do in this life and the way we treat others will echo throughout time, space, and eternity. One day, you may get a ghost of your very own. And then, may it be a good one. Good luck, stay safe, and good night. This has been American Gothic, and I am Thomas Mayer, your humble narrator. This episode of American Gothic was written, narrated, scored, and produced by me, Thomas Mayer. Naturally, it takes a lot of effort to make these episodes. If you would like to hear more of them, please review and subscribe to the podcast and go to my Patreon under the name American Gothic Podcast and subscribe there too. Thank you, dear listener.